Hello, everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. I am your host, Karen Truth. Now, we are going to go into this particular topic because this is the thing I've come across a lot of video of people, talking about euphoria and their darkest shade of foundation. Well, we cannot call it foundation. We are just going to call it the black paint that they put out there and called it a foundation because they didn't care about undertones or anything. They just put a pitch black and they said, there, have at it. This is the thing with inclusivity. When I hear a lot of people talk about inclusivity, I'm like, we could start our own thing. But this is the thing. A lot of the time, we don't like, um, supporting our own. And I understand there are some of our own people from our community that give terrible services, which also does not help. But there are also good people out there from this part of our community that have businesses and they do treat people well. But this is the thing, they don't get you know customers because their names are not famous. I promise you, if I would say I wake up tomorrow and I'm like, okay, I'm going to create a foundation with every range, I will end up putting money in there and nobody's gonna go buy it because a lot of the times a lot of people just want to buy the brand name. And this is another thing. I'm going to talk about influences. And this is not me pointing finger at the people and saying, oh my God, you shouldn't expect this. This is me calling for awareness about this particular topic because I'm like, why can't we do it for ourselves? Why do we have to always be included in other people's things? I understand that inclusivity is, you know, okay, but if they don't want your dollars, take it somewhere else. You don't have to force them. I'm not going to force somebody to take my money. No, I'm just going to take my money somewhere else. And this is the thing with the influencers. Instead of them, I'm going to call the influencers out on this one too. Instead of them looking for those small brands, especially ones from our community, and promoting those small brands, they don't want to. Let's not forget they want to use things like Euphoria, Savage Beauty, all of this celebrity, it's just the name, the brand. They want to be using that so that people can watch and be like, oh my God, she's using Savage Beauty or whatever it is that is famous out there. And this is the thing. If I had the opportunity, I would just normally just go deep down. I would make it an adventure of literally going out to check for makeup with no name, but also doing an underground search on the community, on the company. It's like last time, what was the name of the other one with the hairspray stuff? That I remember I had a lady come out and she was talking about, I can't remember. Is it Shein or what was the name? Not Shein. It was Eben. Is it Eben? Eben, I think so. And I saw the lady on TikTok and she was talking about how she was treated so badly. And this is the thing. A lot of these companies want your money, but they do not respect you. But this is another thing. We do not, some of us do not respect ourselves. We do not respect ourselves enough to, want to invest in our own. And some of us do not respect our self enough that if we see our own coming to buy from us, to give them respect and treat them like any other customers. I've been hearing about some black-owned business treating other people nicer than they treat their own, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is a business. At the end of the day, you're gonna shoot your own food. So this girl, the influencer, another influencer actually came out and talked about after this particular influencer went on a rampage and calling them out, they sent her a text message, which I have that video right now. They sent her a text message asking her, that they are looking forward to working with her, and she's like, look at how they do it. She's calling them out and they're trying to pay her off to come and be the face, especially when it's literally falling. And let's not forget, Youthforia, is it a Korean skincare company? Let's not forget this company started in their own in their country first. They are well known there. A lot of I see a lot of people want to buy. Oh, I want. They will go out and they buy Korean skin care and this and that. And I'm like, have you guys ever? Because first of all, a lot of our sisters out here, you are not Korean. Let's stop playing. Your skin tone and theirs is not the same. Instead of you looking for maybe an African skincare, something that might actually help your skin, that women that look like you have been using for centuries. Now a lot of women want to go into the Korean skincare and all of that, and they start crying inclusivity. And I'm not saying to be included is bad. I'm just saying, how about returning was keep your dollars. At this point, it's like you begging them to take your money. And that's why Youthforia was bold enough to do that. That's why they didn't care. They didn't do their research. They just put it a black paint in a bottle and say, there, have at it. You want inclusivity? Here. And a lot of people are talking about it. Oh, they are not responding, that they responded at first and then they deleted it. And I'm like, why are you expecting them to give you an apology? Why? And then I saw some kiss ass talking about, oh, is the girl that made the video the darkest person? I'm like, now you are the Judas Iscariot in this place. You the one that's gonna stab Caesar in the back. Because why you out here talking as if you ain't got no sense, talking about, oh, maybe the girl, we don't know who is the darkest person on earth. Let me tell you something. It's called dark, not black. It's not called blackest person. There is no blackest person. There is maybe brown, dark brown. It doesn't matter how dark you think somebody is. They're never that. They are never black. It's never black. It's like, also, I saw a lot of people trying to support Youthforia and talking about, even people from other community coming out and like talking about, oh, maybe they just put it because they think that people like this, they are black people that are this skin tone. And I'm like, I was like, on that page, I was like, oh, would you prefer if they just put a white paint and sell it to you then? Because of course there are people as white as that too. No, they could also just bottle up a white paint and sell it to you. No, you would definitely cry out like the rest of the people right now. But this is the thing: we need to support our own businesses. Put the money, and this is the thing also. If I could, I would just do it myself, but I'm pretty sure that money would go into a waste. It would waste, because I don't know how to do any of that, to do the marketing and all of that. And I don't know how people are going to perceive it. And especially if it's not a big name. And it's, another good thing is Serena Williams just released, her makeup set, and I'm like, okay, now we have Fenty Beauty, we have Serena Williams. I'm pretty sure they have more women of color that have released makeup out there, maybe to check on it. So let's go on this first video over here. This was the first original video that I saw.
Paint or the Youthforia foundation? Which side of my face is the Blackface paint or the Youthforia foundation? You can't tell. You know why? Tar in a bottle. This is jet black face paint, and this is the darkest shade of the Youthforia Date Night foundation. This is blackface paint. This is the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. A few months ago, I tried the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. This is what it looked like on me. I'm gonna apply some of the foundation on this side of my face so you guys can see. Let's just go ahead and try to blend this out, you guys. Enough. Who is that color?
Girl, please. Do not make me laugh. It is not funny, but it's the way she asks the question. Girl, maybe you should start looking down, this is another thing with influencers. They want to do topics about big brands. They never want to go into, do a little bit of the homework, go down, check which, people from our own community having makeup brands. But this is the thing: if you're out here following other people like the Korean skincare people, you're gonna miss road. They're gonna treat you the way they want to treat you at the end of the day. That's why when I've been hearing people, oh, I'm having Korean skincare, I'm like, our great grandmothers back home in Africa have great skincare remedy. But I'm pretty sure if somebody would come out with a, oh, African skincare, a lot of people would be like, I'm not buying it. Yeah.
I'm gonna wipe this off. Let me put the paint all over my face. I'm literally just going in with the face paint. We're gonna do some painting, and let me just go ahead and blend it out with the brush. This is the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. This is Blackface paint. Sometimes it's okay to say, hey, maybe my brand is not made for complexion. I'm gonna squeeze a pump of this on my forehead just right out the bottle so you guys can see that I'm literally not joking. We're gonna do a big blend of this, you guys. When we say that we want you guys to make shades for us, we don't mean to go to the lab
Girl,
and
I
ask
don't
for
think we should
minstrel
be
show black.
asking
What we
anyone.
mean is to
I'm
take.
just gonna say this. I don't think we should be asking anyone to make shade. Take your money where you are appreciated. I don't know why people go into buying cosmetic from people like this that don't care about your skin tone. I would just take my money and buy from Savage. Is it Fenty Beauty, from Rihanna's brand or Serena brand? That is the truth. I would just take it and buy it over there. Let this be, because see, it is your hard earned money. Like, you probably work hard to get that money. I'm not gonna be on my knees begging you to. No, at the end of the day, I might just do it myself. So I'm going to bring up another video over here of people showing you that this is not so hard to find a color palette that might, that will actually, match.
Just these colors, no black, okay? We are going to take a bit of blue, put that there. We're going to take a bit of red, put that there. We're going to take a lot of yellow, throw that in there, all right? Just these three colors. And now we're going to take a cotton swab and we're going to mix. And we're going to look at the color that we get out of this. Understand that there was no black, absolutely no black was added to this. We can see that it's coming out a bit purple. So what we're going to do in order to combat that is we're going to add a bit of yellow and orange for warmth. All right, and we're going to keep mixing. And we're going to mix. And now, is this a white shade? No. Is it a paler shade? No. Is it a shade of brown? Absolutely.
Look at that. It's not
shade now.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. And it looks gorgeous too.
That's what it means to know what color theory is.
So when they're out here throwing this whole black paint at you guys' face, that is just a slap in the face. That is like, here, shut up, let me rest. It's like, and let's not forget, the lady literally said she said it took her 3 years to bring up a black paint to say here. 3 years. Wow.
It is most definitely possible to make darker shades without utilizing the color black. And let's say that we wanted to make it lighter now. We go for some white. You take some white, you throw the tiniest bit in there, and we mix. Now, we already swatched it earlier without adding any black. Let's see what it looks like. We added some white. Are you now understanding? Are you getting it? Okay.
Now, that's a beautiful lesson. That's a beautiful lesson. I had to bring it up because it is not that hard. It is not that hard. The way they make it, as if it's that hard. Oh, we took 3 years. Now, let me bring up this specialist over here. He actually did say something about this particular topic as well, and talking about his profession. And this is the thing. I'm just imagining a company as Youthforia that have specialists, has a lab that produce all of these things, just not able to produce the foundation that they are expecting people to buy from them, because I'm like, nah.
Every foundation in the world, from the lightest to the deepest, is made with at least these 5 pigments, or a combination of white, yellow, red, black, and even green. With these 5 pigments, you can make almost any skin color and undertone that exists. I have a lot of experience creating foundation. I started over 35 years ago with my first foundation palette at MAC Cosmetics, up until today with Ma Beauty Blurring Ceramide Cream Foundation with over 36 shades and 4 undertones. I even helped Crayola develop their Colors of the World crayons so every child could find their shade in a crayon box. Here is one of the charts we use to help develop the undertones at MOB. You can see how the undertones go from pink to neutral to gold and then olive. Depending on the depth and the undertone, it will determine which combination of the 5 pigments we use. I would call myself a medium neutral to golden undertone, and I'll show you how we use the 5 pigments to get to my shade. So we've got the white in the middle, and I'm gonna add some yellow. I'm gonna need some red as well. But you can see that that's a little bit too pink, so I'm gonna have to dull it down a little bit. And that's what the black is used for. The black kind of dulls the color down a little bit. But because I have a little bit of olive undertone, I'm just gonna add a touch of green, just a touch. And that's how you need the 5 pigments to get to my depth and my undertone. In conclusion, foundation shades are nuanced. Everyone has a unique undertone, from the lightest shade to the deepest shade, which is why using a combination of the 5 pigments are essential in order to create the unique undertones needed.
Now, this is the thing, is the fact that people may, like I said, people, I feel like at this point, I hope that a lot of you ladies start buying from companies that love you and appreciate you, because when I forgot about the hair, is it hair company, wig company last time. There were some ladies that were coming and talking about how terrible they were being treated in the store. And in my mind, I'm like, if they're treating you terribly in the store, why are you even going to their store? Why are you going? See, I love lace wig as any other person, but right now I'm growing my own natural hair. One of the reasons why I'm growing my own natural hair is because I don't want to wear anybody's hair. After the thing that happened, even I don't know if you guys heard about that girl that bought a wig, I think from Amazon or something, and she said she got a irritation, she got allergy from it. I don't know if you guys remember that. These are hairs that are coming from other people's hair. And I think a lot of us should see, there are many ways to keep a black hair. We act as if it is so difficult, it is unattainable, it is unmanageable. It is not. If you want to straighten it, you can straighten your hair without relaxer. Even, let me just say, you can even use a bleach. If you are somebody that want to bleach your hair, bleach can strip away some of that coils, and it wouldn't literally give you cancer and all of that thing that relaxer would give you. There are many hair straightening products now. I understand that a lot of people do not want to go with the hot comb all the time, with the iron all the time. This is the thing. We're gonna have to embrace our hair the way it is, because everybody out here is embracing their own hair, embracing their own beauty. It is I'm not gonna say we are the only women that wear wig. A lot of women wear wig, so we are not the first ones. But at the same time, I would like to see us more, enjoying ourselves, enjoying our own beauty, enjoying our own hair, and even cosmetics. Because all this skincare that they're talking about, oh, I'm going for Korean skincare. I'm like, you're not Korean. Our great grandmothers, they had things that, if you look, like, I'm gonna give you for example, look at some women in Africa. If you look at their skin tone, it's shining, it's beautiful. It doesn't matter what skin tone it is. You see the melanin is beautiful. It's like shining. And I don't hear a lot of people asking, oh, what skin tone is that? What cream skincare is that person using? And then all of a sudden you just hear people, oh, we're going to Korea. A lot of the things that Koreans use for their skincare, let me tell you the truth, they use snails. and not any kind of snail. They use African snails, the African giant snails, the ones they have in Africa. Those big snails, they buy it from farmers in Africa. And you want to tell me that our great grandmothers didn't have creams that they used snails on it? They had all of this. So imagine that these skincare companies are buying all this product from Africa, especially their snails. You want to tell me you couldn't find a shop that had an African skincare product? You want to go to Korean? And that is the thing. When we keep running to them and saying, take my money, they look at you and they're like, well, I'm gonna take your money, but I will not respect you. And they can treat you anyhow they want, which is not good. And this is why we call them out. And I feel like Youthforia should be very ashamed. Yes, they should be very ashamed, because that they did not do anything. They did not do any work before releasing that foundation. So I think I'm going to bring up this video. Let me see. Okay.
Black people who would match that shade. Just for you specifically, I googled who is the blackest person on earth. This name came up. And when you check the color scheme, would you look at that? She is not jet black. The blackest person on earth doesn't even match that color. It's almost as if black people know what they're talking about when they say that no human being on the earth is jet black.
Yeah, but the funny part of it is the fact that other people came out and they were like, but you don't know if other people in this community use, have that foundation, have that skin tone. I'm like, can you not talk in this particular topic? It's like I'm bringing a white paint and giving it to you and be like, oh, maybe there's somebody as white as this paint in your community. You will probably look at me as if I'm insane. You get me? Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, I want to show you guys the example of, because some people were talking about mix the cream, mix the foundation with another lighter foundation. I want to show you guys what it would have turned into. Let me bring it over here. This is what it would have looked like if you mixed it.
Perfect. Oh my God.
Isn't it great?
You can't even make it
I
like
know,
a
it's
lighter
my dream.
skin tone. No, the lighter one.
I have
It's literally gray.
Look at that.
Oh man,
This is
that's
out of this
That
world.
is nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know.
Well, people, I'm going to say thank you all for joining me today. I hope to come back soon. I know I've not been coming back sooner. Nowadays, I've been taking days off. Yes, the thing is, when you're not making your money from YouTube, you got to make your money somewhere else. You get me? Yeah. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say this. Thank you all for joining me again today. Do not forget to press that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.
Let's see what it looks like. We added